Welcome back to the channel. We're going on an epic ride, baby. Key West. Let's go. We gotta get some. Welcome to the boonies, bud. All the good trips start here. We got some fuel ready to go. I like to call this mile zero because it's only a couple miles from where I live, but this is the place. Unfortunately, I think it's closing. The guys need to retire. They've been doing it too long. And boy, I sure hope it retains the flavor of the old local country store, but we'll see. I always get a rise out of them too. I'm like, hey, guess where I'm going now? And they're like, I don't know, Sanford? I'm like, no, I'm going to Key West. Isn't that awesome? All right, let's get it on. Full tank of fuel. You can get, boy, you can get a lot of range out of these. 636 miles on the odometer right now. Bike is like brand new. And there goes 636 miles off the clutch. What a beautiful day to start out. I was going to go tomorrow, but there is quite the rainstorm coming in and basically goes up and down the coast. So I'd be chasing this thing. I'm going inland. Tonight the first stop is Albany. I'm going in, gonna be there. It's 209 miles from here. Man, these tires are so tippy when you go into a corner. It's the weirdest feeling on this bike. I'll get used to it after a couple miles, but man, I do not like these. These are the factory knobbies you can get on the GS's. I forget what brand they are. The guy that I got this bike from had them put on it, and it was apparent he was all about the image because he lived in like urban New Jersey and works in New York City, so yeah. Oh, and he said he was an avid rider, but I bought a bike that's a year old that only had 300 miles on it. So anyways, I digress. This bike I've taken out on a few trips. I've got the other S1000 XR, so I've kind of been riding that one around just because it's super fun, but there hasn't really been a lot of time to ride yet. It's early May in Maine, and like I said, 2 weeks ago we had 30-inch snowstorm, and it was crazy. Cottage City, bud. You gonna be able to make it over here, old boy? Now the roads are a little washed off. It's still pretty nippy in the morning, so you know that definitely puts a damper on riding around this time of the year. So anyways, here we are. We're going to Key West. Our itinerary for the trip is Albany first. Got to do a job town. Then I am going to Tennessee to meet up with a friend of mine, and then from Tennessee to somewhere outside of Jacksonville, Florida, where there's a state park. I've stayed there one time before in my pickup truck, and it was actually quite fun. So gonna hit that, and then after that it is down to Fort Lauderdale, Miami area, where I've got to do job town again. I got another class gotta take care of, and then from Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and then from Fort Lauderdale to Key West, and that is the part of the trip I am so looking forward to. It's the other end of 95, and I've been down there in a car, always wanted to do it in a bike, so today's the day. What else? Then from Key West, we're going to come back and we're going to head over to Tampa. Tampa, have a job town there. And then Tampa to home. Now on the way home, I'm going to attempt to do the Iron Butt Challenge. And I don't think I'll have a problem doing that, but I've always wanted to attempt the 1,000 mile challenge. I was looking on the website about all the rules and everything you have to do to qualify for it. It's a little bit ridiculous, but I'm going to do it anyways because I know that I'm not going to have the opportunity. So looking forward to that, and it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad you're riding on with me today. I love the comments. I will get this posted up as soon as I possibly can, so you can comment on places you want me to stop at, and we'll see what we can do. Interesting, quick little story. My son was driving his motorcycle home the other night, right around the corner from here, and he hit a deer on his scrambler. Now, I've been to a couple of those accidents before on the fire truck, not good. However, I was completely surprised that he didn't even hit the deer with the motorcycle, he hit it with his leg. He kicked it, Chuck Norris style, and he actually killed the deer. And he didn't even get a bruise. It was wild. Wild. All right, we're saddle back up. GPS is telling us we got 3 hours. We're actually going to go through Chesterfield and Route 9 in Vermont. Just had to take a quick stop here in Chichester, New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Liquor and Wine Outlet, bud. Get a bottle of Canadian whiskey for my buddy down in Tennessee, because he can't have that stuff down there. The only problem with these double bags is getting on. Super pain in the butt. There we go. I could use the regular GPS, but I like Waze because it tells you the traffic. And it's 66 degrees outside. It is like optimum temperature to ride. There we go. Yes, sir. Well, I figured while I've got you on the video here, I'd like to talk about the trophy edition here of the GS. You know, there's a lot of people jumping right now on the GS bandwagon because of the 1300 that just came out, and that is a cool looking bike. I've yet to ride one. I have a date to do that in a little bit, month and a half. I'm going to be doing a demo ride on one, and I really can't wait because I've been watching a lot of videos. But they still don't have the GS Adventure out, the GSA yet, on the 1300, because, again, normally it's a year behind. And I'm not about to go buy like a brand new bike first model year. I've done that before, and no thanks. It's tough. We got to work all the bugs out. But anyways, yeah, this is a solid platform. The 1250 and the 1200, mind you, have been around for a long time. The 1300 is based on a true story, similar to most Hallmark movies, but it's actually totally redesigned. The engine and tranny are mounted differently. They're all brand new engine and tranny. Frame's different. Everything's different. So I think it would be good, although the Germans tend to do a good job engineering and working kinks and bugs out, I think it'd be better to wait and let some of those work out with nature's course, if you will, just because it's an expensive bike, and when I want to ride, I want to ride. I don't want to break down and whatever. So have some trucks, Batman. This lane ends pretty quick. Woo. I did it. Snuck in. Anyways, yeah, so... Oh, look at all them tractors, bud. Yes, yeah. Yeah, so anyways, the 1250, I had a 1250 GSA before. It was a 22. This is a 23. Got a smoking deal on this one and couldn't pass it up. So, you know, just basically got a brand new bike for cheap. And I like I don't particularly care for the white color scheme. I know some people absolutely love it, but I do not. I like the black one better. The black one is a little bit better. I just like that look. But I mean, this one's still flashy, so there's nothing to worry about with that. I do like the riding position of the GS's. It's upright. I got that XR, and I absolutely love that bike too because it's more of an upright position. But this thing is the king of comfort. It is absolutely a beast as far as its rideability goes. You can go for a long ways on it without feeling bad, and it's fun. I just hate these stock knobbies that it has. They're super loud, there's a lot of vibration, and they really don't handle very well. Like I said, it makes the bike feel quite tippy. So I want to chew these tires off this trip and then get some battle axes. That's what I think I'm going to go with. The trophy edition is kind of cool. From 22 to 23, there's really not a lot of difference. I did notice that the cosmetics on the side, like where the emblems are, is a little different. And because of the COVID situation when they were building bikes, and also the war in Ukraine, BMW had to get creative, if you will, with some of their parts because they rely heavily on Ukraine, I believe, to make the wiring harnesses, if I'm not correct. And of course, with COVID, everything was just jacked up for supply chain. So my other bike did not have active suspension, which I've never seen a GS without active suspension. It was just a random thing. I just thought, wow, that's kind of crazy. This bike has it. And coming from having it, not having it, having it, not having it, and then having it again, is not a huge difference. The only thing that I've noticed that I like about the active versus non-active is that when you switch it into dynamic mode or enduro pro mode, the suspension does dramatically change as far as bounciness, so you can really crank on the off-road. And then with it on dynamic mode, it does feel a little stiffer. I have it on road mode because I don't need to get jerked around this trip. I just want to cruise. And my other bike had eco, rain mode, road mode, and eco mode. That was it. It was weird. This bike has an adaptive LED headlight, which is cool. The other bikes, the LEDs are like super back ordered. But I will say that the heated seat on my last model was, I really, really like the heated seat. I wish this had a heated seat. I tried to see if I could swap them over. You just can't swap them. Everything's different. The wiring harness, everything's just totally different. So that kind of stinks. I wish that they had a heated seat on this, but I was told if you want a heated seat, you can't get an LED headlight. If you want an LED headlight, you can't get a heated seat. I don't know. Whatever. I just tend to ride a lot in the cold, so I like to have my buns warmed. I will say the power on these bikes is just absolutely awesome. The 1250 just has so much power. I mean, you can just crank the throttle from pretty much anywhere and have an instantaneous reaction. These motors are a lot more torqueier than the inline fours, and I've also noticed that this motor performs well even in the higher RPM ranges. The red line on it is 9,000. It does kind of fall flat around 8, but you know, as far as a twin goes, that's still a pretty high red line. So yeah, all in all, very happy with the bike. Happy that I got it. The guy that had it before me, like I said, didn't really ride it, and he did a bunch of stuff to it. He put a headlight guard on, and I don't know what else he did. Tried to sell me his saddlebags that he had for a premium. I said, nope, I'm all set, thanks. But yeah, cool deal. So this is Concord, New Hampshire. This is really the only highway that we're taking until we get into New York. I decided to take back roads over because it's an extra 15 minutes and it's a way better ride. I just stopped. We're outside of Keene, New Hampshire, and it was just this cool little rest area. So I'll stop for a minute. It's a nice cliff over here if you decide you've had enough. And here is my bike setup. I didn't realize I didn't really show you guys before I left, but I've got it packed up. I went a little bit lighter than the last time, and I know you're thinking, what the? I got my tent on one side. I have a cot and a sleeping pad on the other side. Food, cooking apparatus, and I've got my clothes with my work clothes. So I've got a little bit more clothes than I would normally have. In this bin, I've got some whiskey that I bought that I'm bringing down, which you saw in the last one. So yeah, it's good. Just gonna sit here for a minute and have a Red Bull. Don't tell mom. Forgot to show you on the map where we're going, so let me do that. So we're like right here. We're on the edge of Vermont right now. We're gonna go over on this back road through Marlborough, and then we're gonna go through Wilmington, Woodford Reserve, and then keep going to Hoosick, Pittstown. It's the pits. And then that should take us right into the New York area, because that's where Albany is. And it's really not that far away. So it says we'll be there in about 2 hours. So yeehaw! New York State certified escort vehicle, bud. Yes, sir. That guy over there is pounding a natty daddy. Yes, sir, Bob. Let's get it on. Yes, sir. I just want to show you something crazy here. I just pulled over. I got to show you this. Check it out. It's a Pizza Hut that turned into an urgent care. And do you know why they did that? They did it because most of their customers needed medical attention. And now the Hut, you can't out pizza the Hut. That's what I'm trying to say. So anyways, welcome to Vermont, buddy. I got the regular GPS fired up now. I really like the Zumo, if that's how you say it, from Garmin. I've got the BMW Nav 6 on my last bike, and I have it on my other bike. And it's just picky and has problems. This is super nice. I put a matte screen protector on it just to keep from scratching it with gloves, but you can use your gloves on it. And it also has a cool thing where you can track. You can pick a curvy, funky track for your motorcycle if you want to rock and roll. It's kind of cool. All right, let's get out of here. I like it too because it will tell you if there's alerts like traffic. There's a lot of things it does. I haven't quite dug into it all the way. I did notice that it does work with the base camp the same way the other Garmin did, but it says it's not compatible, but I still got it to work. I was going to use it to route my route for this trip, but I decided not to just because it's easier for me to look on the phone and plot it out on Google Maps, and then I could just ping the waypoints in. That way, if I had to make a change, it doesn't screw everything up on the track. So, yeah, so this is Vermont. The state motto is Keep Vermont Weird. And I opted to go this route just because I've done this road before and I like it. It's fun. Vermont's very, very pretty. It's like straight up and down hills though, all over the place. Everything's green grass and everybody smells like weed. It says our destination, it says we'll be there at 6:30, but I actually changed things around a little bit, and we're gonna go to the, oh, check it out, it actually gives you a picture. That's cool. We're gonna go to the Empire State Park and drive through and hopefully not get mugged because there's like tons of crime in that area. But the Empire State Park has that statue called the Egg, and it's actually like a big theater. It's kind of cool if you've never been there. There's a couple other really cool buildings right there too, so I figured we'll just drive through that, maybe take some video. I don't dare leave the bike unattended there. It's just really a rough area. And I think the hotel is right around the corner that we're staying at tonight. No, I'm not camping out homeless style in downtown Albany tonight. I'm actually going there to do a job tomorrow. Job town. So, there we go. Yeah, look at this. I like this GPS. It's nice. Oh, look. Never stop loving. Aw, Vermont. Aw. You hit me in the feels. The guy behind you is probably like, what is happening? I kind of am getting used to the tippy feeling of these tires, but I now know what it reminds me of. This reminds me of riding a dirt bike with the super knobbies on it, and you try to steer with it, and the bike, you can kind of feel the handlebars kind of do it their own little thing. That's definitely what this feels like. So there's a covered bridge, creamery bridge, but yes, yeah. So we got 37 miles on this old road here. It's a nice ride. Been down here before. In the summertime though, it does get a little bit ridiculous with traffic because everybody wants to come over here and go check out Vermont. Darling. This is downtown Albany, and the place that I wanted to drive by, again, it's right here. It's just kind of sketchy. This is the Egg. See it? Cool, huh? The Egg is a theater, and I know there's a name for it, but Empire State Century Theater, maybe. This area of town is not super bad. I've walked around here before, but it's not like super pleasant. I believe the hotel that I'm staying at is like right here. Sweet. It is right here. I'll just walk over here after. Aha! Downtown Albany, baby. It's right there. That's the building. Ah! Crazy. Crazy. And I'm like right here. Well, this is definitely cool. I'm going to unpack and then we're going to walk over there. I love it. Stand by. Check out the hotel room I got. Sweet. That's the Capitol building. There's a dude on a horse statue. And the egg is right over there. So I'm going to go check it out. I'm not sure if I'll get over there right now. Definitely going to check it out. Show you one more thing. When you're on the motorcycle and you're in the city, the lady says, "Why are you unpacking your motorcycle?" And I told her, I said, "If I don't take the stuff off my motorcycle, someone else will." I just found out right around the corner from here is this super cool beer place that I went to the last time I was in Albany, which was a while ago. So we're going to go over there and check it out. You're going to love this place. It's amazing. So this place is called the City Beer Hall. City Beer Hall. And basically it's like an old hall for the city. I hope they're open because it looks super dark in there. What would be the odds they're closed on Thursday? Oh, good. I see lights. I see lights, camera, action. They have tons of beer. Check it out. All right, so here's the deal. They literally give you a free ticket if you buy a beer. And you know what the ticket's good for? Free pizza. And you take this ticket over to the kitchen and they give you a free pizza. Let's do it. You take the ticket and you put it in here? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. And you get a free pizza. Pizza. Yum. That was awesome. And I got my free pizza. So we're just gonna walk up the street here and gonna do a little dumpster diving. No, just kidding. Just see if I can spot the egg. The egg. I found it. Let us go. Trying to get outside. I have no idea how to get up there, but I found my way into this big place. It's huge. Huge. I think I figured it out. Whew. So there's this ginormous building underneath here. And I just walked it. This is how you get up here. Whew. Yes, now I see it. They call it the egg, I call it the ginormous guacamole bowl. Like what they make the guac in tableside. Seriously, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Well, that was fun, but it's getting dark and I don't want to die. And I got to work early in the morning. So I'll sign off and see you tomorrow.